It was good, y'all. This Big Dog Talk Sports. Uh, Make a video real quick talking about Anthony Edwards and his comments about, players of the past, past NBA players. First of all, I don't understand why they keep doing this. Now, I'm a believer of free speech, but I also believe just because you have the freedom to say it, it doesn't have to be said. Now, he could believe, the players back in the day was trash. They have no skills, whatever, right? That's his right to believe that. That's his right to say that. But it's unnecessary to just say it, especially when you have a voice. You can say it, but it doesn't have to be said. Like you just want to cause some controversy and just say whatever. And it's crazy because as great as the talent Anthony Edwards is, he hasn't accomplished anything like the big time greats did back then. Now he's still early in his career and he can achieve a lot. But bro, you haven't done anything compared to the greats back then. And to say they're not skilled, you have the right to believe that, but I disagree, and a lot of other people disagree. Like you're going to say Magic Johnson wasn't skilled, Larry Bird wasn't skilled, Wilt Chamberlain wasn't skilled, Karl Malone wasn't skilled, Patrick Ewing, Elijah Wan, Ralph Sampson, Adrian Dantley, Isiah Thomas. You going to say those players wasn't skilled? I don't know, man. Like, the disrespect is crazy, And I be tripping about how the older heads, like the 40s to 50-olds or whatever, they always talk down on this new generation. But I understand it because this new generation always saying some dumb things. Well, don't let me say dumb. They're always saying some, all right, man, it's dumb to me. They always saying some dumb things to disrespect, the players of the past that helped lay down the foundation to get to where we at now. They put down the foundation so you guys can make $50 million a year or $40 million a year being a role player. They helped lay that foundation down. And all y'all do is disrespect them. You got people like J.J. Redick, who's a role player, might I add. Now, he was a good player now. He averaged about, 16 a night? He was a good player. But he was a role player. And he disrespects Bob Cousy and them. They call those great players back then plumbers. As if they had a choice. They're not getting $50 million a year. Like, back then they had to play pro ball and then work another job to make sure their family was fed all year long. Like, it's nasty work to disrespect, man. And I mainly see this in basketball. That's why I always say basketball has the worst fan base and media. And the players, they help him with it too. When Anthony Edwards saying stupid things like that. But one player I gotta address, who's a Hall of Fame player, one of the greatest players of all time, Isiah Thomas. Isiah Thomas, he got offended by Anthony Edwards' comments about Michael Jordan being the only skilled player when he was in the league and nobody else had skills or whatever. Because guess what? Isiah Thomas was around. He was there through the 80s, early 90s. One of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. Two-time NBA champion. Isiah Thomas is offended. And he should be. If you watch Isiah Thomas play basketball, to say he's not skilled is just dumb. But Isiah Thomas, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem, Isiah. You know why? Because you get on TV every other week and you always got something negative to say about Michael Jordan. Because you won't let the dream team thing go. You won't let it go. It's been 30 years, bro. Let it go. I ain't saying you gotta be best friends with Mike, but let the hatred out your heart go, man. Let it go. But you get on TV and these interviews and all that, and you say all that stuff about Michael Jordan, which you know be garbage. And these young folks listen to you, and they listen to the sports media of today put out propaganda to disrespect Michael Jordan and other great players. And so they consume that garbage, and then they say it. But guess what? Now that it affects you, now you don't like it, Isiah Thomas. You don't like it. Because guess what? You was there when Mike was there. Yeah, you was there. So now you feel offended when Anthony Edwards say you wasn't skilled. Oh, you don't like that now. It's like, hold up, Ant. Now, if you disrespect Mike, that's cool, but when you say he's the only skilled one and the rest of us wasn't worth a damn, oh, now you're talking about me. Isiah Thomas, you're part of the problem. Because you say all that garbage about Michael Jordan from the 80s. And you know the thing about Isiah Thomas, like you can tell it's just pure hatred. And he probably getting nice checks for going around saying the stuff he say. Because he acknowledged Michael Jordan as being the greatest of all time. He acknowledged that even though the Pistons was beating the Chicago Bulls, which they should have been doing because the Pistons had the better team, that Michael Jordan was still putting up 37 a night. Even with all the hacking and the hard fouls and all that, Mike was still putting up 37 points a game. But then you just started getting on here lying, disrespecting Mike. Saying Mike he was irrelevant and all type of stuff you were saying. But guess what? Anthony Edwards, he heard you say that stuff. You along with the rest of the sports media, the toxic media of sports, basketball, say that stuff about Michael Jordan and they disrespect the other greats. Because guess what? You can't big up the other greats Michael Jordan played with if you're going to disrespect Michael Jordan. Because if you put too much respect on the Isiah Thomases, the Larry Birds, the Dominique Wilkins, the Ewings, the Karl Malones, and all those guys, then you're bigging up Michael Jordan because you're saying he beat great people. But to help diminish Mike, you got to downplay the players he played against. And guess what, Isiah? You was one of them. And now you don't like it. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section, man. Isiah Thomas, he crying now. But, bro, you were part of the problem. You was part of the problem, Isiah. But y'all tell me y'all thoughts in the comment section, man. Big Dog out.